But a guy playing at this level still, why would he walk away?
Well, look, if for him, there's a lot, right? You've won 7, you played in 10. You've accomplished every hardware that you can think of and imaginable in terms of professional sports. There's also something to be said for family and time with your family. He has kids. They are getting older. I'm sure his son wants to play football or want to play quarterback or something along those lines and duplicate that success or try to duplicate the success that his dad had. You know, living that dream, you want to be there for that. And it's the grind. It's also understanding that San Francisco's not getting any worse. They're going to get better. Arizona's going to figure it out. The Rams, we just saw, they just took care of me and knocked me out. For all the jokes and everything and the comedy that the Cowboys give us, we don't know about that. Philly's going to get better. We don't know what's going on in New Orleans with Sean Payton. The Giants will figure it out at some point in time. Then you can shift to the AFC and start to think about those teams that you may have to see if you make it back to a Super Bowl. The chances of winning another Super Bowl for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers under Tom Brady is probably not going to happen based on bringing guys back, salary cap, all that sort of stuff. It's harder to do, so why put yourself through it?
Man, hold on, Max. This is why, as much as we try to understand Tom Brady, it's hard for people to understand guys like Tom Brady or Michael Jordan who want to keep going and keep pursuing excellence. Let me tell you what TB12 Sports tweeted after the game. You win or you learn. There are no failures, only lessons. When you fall, you need to pick yourself up with greater enthusiasm than you went down. Now we look back on an incredible season, learn our lessons, and get up because even greater things are to come. Keep going. # keep going. Like as much as we sit here and we talk about all the accolades, this dude leading the league in passing attempts and touchdowns, him winning a Super Bowl 2 years ago, there's something different about him. And I know we could talk about kids, and you get to a certain point where you're like, what else am I doing? But like, this is who Tom Brady is. He loves that people don't think he can continue to be great at a high level. It feeds into it.
It's not that people don't think he can be great at a high level, Jay. He can still play at this level for the next 3 to 4 years, in my opinion, just based on watching him this year alone. It's about talking to, or not, put it this way, it's about reporting like Adam Schefter, Jeff Darlington. It's about those type of guys that are reporting this, that are so well connected to that particular camp that makes you believe that we may have seen the last of Tom Brady. On top of that, when you think about it, Jay, Byron Leftwich probably is getting a job. Mm-hmm. I mean, he most likely, if I had to bet, he's probably getting a job. So now if you Tom Brady, I got Max Kellerman calling the plays now, not Byron Leftwich. And I don't know about Todd Bowles. He may get a job. So now on top of players being gone, now you got your staff that's dismantled. Do you want to, at 45 years old, take on a new coordinator who him and you don't see eye to eye?
Maybe get bounced in the divisional round again.
Do you want to do that?
Or could this just be Tom kind of leaking it out there for leverage purposes for him to get maybe what he wants?
See what Jay just said feels right. That feels right to me.
That feels more like in the direction that I start to lean. Like, all right, well, what does Tom actually want? And is he using?
Possibly want?
Saying a little more say that he doesn't have in the organization, maybe.
I don't know.
To do what?
I don't know. Maybe he doesn't like a certain coach or coordinator.
No.
I don't know.
No.
Maybe,
even though
when you were going through,
even though they probably would do what it would take to get him to come back, they would do what it would take to get him to come back and play. I don't necessarily know that they would give him control of the organization.
When you were going through your list of the NFC, the teams that are going to get better, actually, Key, what it sounded to me, what it made me think was like, if he was in the AFC, I would get it because of so many great young rising quarterbacks. But in the NFC, the landscape's a little different.
Can I say something? Maybe Tom Brady doesn't want to lose Byron Leftwich. Maybe he doesn't want to lose Byron Leftwich.
See, that's what
maybe
makes sense.
Maybe it's a situation where it's like, hey, look, yeah, maybe like I'll think about retiring. Let's see how this organization reacts to it. Hey, by the way, moving forward, BA, thank you for this championship. But Byron Leftwich, you may be the guy that I need.
That makes the key. What he just said makes sense.
It seems like
it sounds like the
because my man has been talking about playing until he's 50. Now all of a sudden I'm thinking about retiring after I just had the season I just had. I can't see that.
If they would put Byron Leftwich in a position to be the heir apparent to Bruce Arians, maybe Bruce doesn't want to coach anymore. I don't know, but it's hard to see me envision Tom Brady at the age. We're not talking about 28-year-old Tom Brady. We're talking about 44-year-old Tom Brady for a owner to put in place an offensive coordinator that the head coach hired and brought with him, that's been with him since Arizona, and for the offensive coordinator to do that to the head coach that put him in position to be successful. So when you start looking at all that, it's just hard for me to see.
Keyshawn, JWill and Max is presented by Progressive Insurance, but Jay, I'm with you.
Well, good point, though.
Because otherwise, why leak a little idea like that to the press? Why put that little germ out there if you don't want something, right? Like, why? I don't know.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN Plus right now.